Hey guys, it's Mana here, and we're back with more Lucid9 Inciting Incident. I think that's how you say it. I'm not 100% certain, but that sounds right to me, I think. Maybe, possibly. Anywho, getting to the monkey, we'll just jump right in. Well, gee, I'm honored. Take it. I take it. Goodbye, Yama Ishimoto. She flounces out of the classroom, clearly fed up with my shenanigans. Wordlessly, I turn and head down the corridor. Guess someone's a little touchy. Not that I can blame her. If I had a student like me, I'd hate him too. I tromp down the stairs to the first floor and stop before a door at the edge of the hallway, bearing the sign, J. Ryouta, Door Manager. I rap sharply on the door 3 times. Mr. Ryouta? What is it? Nuclear war? What? No. Don't feel like opening the door for anything less important. Interesting. I could open the door myself. Locked it. Don't bother. Press my ear against the door, listening keenly. There it is. Action-packed orchestral strings, just barely bleeding through the wood. Faint clanging of swords and shields. Are you in a clan war, Mr. Ryouta? Bah. A moment later, and the door's lock clicks open. I slip inside the room, holding back a smile. The office is minimalistic in its furnishings, but fairly welcoming. Warm light encompasses the room, highlighting the comfortable chairs arranged around a coffee table that bears a bowl of potato chips. It looks more like the office of a therapist rather than an office of a school door manager. In the corner, I spot a comely mahogany desk, on top of which sits Gyro? I don't know how to say his name, sorry. Ryouta, in a very dramatic position. Welcome to the Satin Room. Have you brought an offering to appease the Dark Lord? Indeed I have. With an equally exaggerated bow, I present the book and note from my teacher. Mr. Ryuta's eyebrows scrunch in confusion. The hell is this? I kinda got in trouble earlier for talking back. Instead of detention, the teacher is convinced that I need a more permanent solution. Like death? I can help with that. She was thinking more along the lines of counseling, I believe. Oh, okay. But what the hell is this? He shakes the book empathetically. The curriculum that the teacher recommends for, helping me. Oh, right, well, I'll put it here where it belongs. He promptly throws it in the trash, which extracts a laugh from me. Now, to business. Let me read up on what exactly your teacher wants. His eyes drift over the paper that I silently hand to him. Oh boy, isn't this precious? Let me translate. Dear Mr. Ryouta, I'm having trouble subduing a boy who actually has a brain and doesn't care for the influences of bureaucracy. Or maybe it said insufficiencies. I don't know. I can't click back. I probably can't. I just don't want to. Sincerely, a woman who has certainly the most boring person in her graduating class. Was. I choke back laughter as he crumples the paper into a ball and lobs it in the trash. By the way, don't tell anyone I said that or I might get fired, and then you'd have to take counseling from Mrs. Hanazawa. And then where would you be? Consider the NDA signed. Mr. Ryouta reclines easily against his chair, kicking his legs on the table. So, how's the apartment? Still in one piece. Mostly. Good to hear. And Phil? Phil? The little houseplant. The one I placed on your shelf? Your memory sucks more than mine, kid. Oh, right. I vaguely remember Mr. Ryouta forming an odd attachment to a plant when I'd moved into my apartment. Even to the point where he named him Phil. I think he died. That's a bit odd. Thought it was a fake plant. Nope. Looked fake on the outside, I guess, but all real inside. A satisfied smile pulls at Mr. Ryuta's lips, and I suddenly realize the metaphor. We're not talking about plants, are we? Your optimism is inspiring, kid. I would have thought your answer to be the contrary. What, people look real on the outside, but they're all fake inside? Something like that. We were talking about plants. How was I supposed to know? Well, you know now. So now that you know, is your answer the same? No. Didn't even need to think about it. It's the truth. People pretend to be genuine on the outside, but inside, they're nothing. Mr. Ryouta evaluates me for a moment, but to my surprise, there's no judging in his gaze. You must be a real party pleaser. I'll be here all week. What made you draw such a depressing conclusion? I can tell that his mind's on the fast track of psychoanalysis, childhood trauma, clinical depression, suicidal tendencies. Time to put that to rest, because if anything should be blamed, it should be my 100% natural disdain for humanity. Power of observation, if anything. People like to be strong, confident, independent on the outside. Peel that away, and what do you get? Their heart? Then that heart must be pretty pathetic. Did I ever say otherwise? No, I guess he didn't. Mr. Ryouta eases from the topic and leans back on his chair, drawing a planner from his drawer. Well, if it were up to me, I'd say that you're just like any other surly teenager going through his first throes in senioritis, like that. But paperwork's been signed, and you know how bureaucracy goes. I thought our government was supposed to be more efficient since the national changes. Heh, you assume the mayor actually does anything important. He scrawls something down on his tablet and taps at the screen. My phone buzzes, gently in my pocket. Your teacher recommended that we meet every day, but honestly, who has the time for that? We'll just play it by ear, and you let me know if you ever get the urge to murder someone. Probably means you're due for another checkup. I check what he sent me, a copy of the spreadsheet that's taped outside his door, revealing his available times. Wow, how do you have this much free time? Life as a dorm manager is just swell, isn't it? I thought you at least had some kind of job. I'll let you in on a secret. The kids here don't cause much trouble. Not because they're angels, not because they're boring, because they're too prissy. They don't want to get their manicured nails dirty with things like graffiti or booze. But they do need someone to cry to when they stub a toe, and the other teachers seem to think that I fit the job description. Actually, it's more likely that they don't want to deal with the hormonal brats. So, instead of being a helicopter parent, I get to be the bench warmer who just nods and smiles once every few minutes. Like with me? Well, you're more interesting than the rest of them, I hope. Yeah, that sounds like Academy in a nutshell. Half the people are too snobby to be fun, and the other half are too lazy to care. What do you get to hear? Whining about grades, toxic relationships? Sometimes, but not always. At any rate, I can't exactly complain. It makes my job easy. Thank you for your massive contribution to society. You're absolutely welcome. They seem to equal yours. I snort. He chuckles. Yeah, this could have been really painful if I hadn't gotten Mr. Ryouta. Well, as your loving, caring, and awe-inspiring mentor, I can hardly keep you from the beauty that is Club Recruitment Day. Oh, no, I'm fine, really. Off you go! Take a selfie and send it to me! Or I'll schedule an appointment tomorrow. But that's... You said... You need to expand your opportunities, broaden your horizons, go where no man has gone before. But... And most importantly, I need to get out of my office so I can check my clan. That's just sad, Mr. Ryouta. World domination calls! See ya! I really like Mr. Ryouta. So far, favorite. Or, as I say in Discord, favatire, because I can't type for shit. Anywho, and without another word, he shoved me out and slammed the door in my face. I have no choice but to head to the school courtyard. I mean, you could go back to your dorm, but hey, whatevs. It doesn't take much time to find Masato behind the track table, armed with I Heart Track flags, and I Heart Track posters, and I Heart Track headbands. I get this vague feeling that he loves track. He welcomes me enthusiastically, immediately piling all admin duties on me. But, true to my word, I proceed to be completely useless throughout the recruitment process. Eventually, Masato seems to give up, handing me a simple sign to wave around. I amuse myself by coming up with truly terrible pitches. Want a six-pack? Join track! Looking for health hacks? Join track! Get a knack? Join track! Rid your lack? Join track! Pick up the slack? Join track! For reasons unknown, Masato seems to love this. He grins and slaps me on the back. There you go. You just need to apply yourself, see? I'm pretty sure that those glances we're getting from the underclassmen aren't looks of admiration. Despite my obvious shortcomings, Masato hooks 4 recruits into track. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised that he got that many. A lot of the attendees of this school are the richer, lazier kids. I also noticed that he seems to be a lot easier on them than he was on me. When the club recruitment fair is done and everything's torn down, Masato and I head to the school entrance and wait for Rui and Yahiko. For reasons unknown, Masato is ecstatically chattering about my newfound enthusiasm. You killed it today, man! That's the kind of team spirit we need! Great, I might have just gotten myself into more trouble. Well, I guess I was in track for most of last year. Might as well do it again this year. To him, and then I said, "Cheesers on the gravy stick of Motherload, we could use a man with your skills." And so he signed the contract with the blood from his veins, thereby permanently joining the drama club. Wow, I can't believe you're so good at recruiting people. You know what they've said to me? What? What? Something like, get a life, you're just in denial about reality. Well, darn my socks. Youth these days are so cynical. The two come to a halt as Masato waves Rui over. Well, looks like you guys have plans. I'd better leave you and you and everyone else to have some nice time together. What are you talking about? It's more like babysitting duty, where I'm the babysitter and I have to make sure a bunch of kids won't, set the house on fire and stuff. Aw, come on. He's your best friend, isn't he? And your childhood friend? Yeah, but have you guys made a childhood promise together? What? No way! Really? Really? Those kinds of things are more cliche than explosions in an action movie? Exactly. Well, think of it this way. Although explosions may be cliche, they're also a staple. You can't have a proper action movie without proper explosions. It's the same with life. You can't have proper childhood friend without a proper childhood promise. Well, I didn't have a... Wait, never mind. I didn't have childhood friends. Never mind! I wince. Does she have to mention romance? Really? Look, there they are. Guess I'd better get going. Have fun storming the castle! The girl cheerily skips away as Rui sprints to us for refuge. I try for a smirk. And I'm going to call it here because I'm all out of time for today, even though I really, really want to keep going because this, there's so much more energy now than there was in the first couple parts. So, I'm looking forward to continuing this next time. I'm logging off now. I'll see you guys later, and remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You may just save a life. Bye!